So yeah, we got 12 days. The clock is ticking. We have been packing and packing and packing. Well, I thought I'd better explain what's going on in the Mallett house. We have lived in this beautiful, well, doesn't look so beautiful now because we're moving. Lived in this North Vancouver home for 10 years plus. This house, when I bought it, hadn't seen any work done to it since the 70s, I wouldn't say, maybe the 80s. Really crappy job in the 90s. It was rat infested. All of these logs were painted this color, funny enough. This is the only part I couldn't get. Glossy brown. Who would do that? Who would do that? But you see all that? On all four sides of the house, that was lovingly ground off with a grinder, a hand grinder. Huge project. Stained it all, did all of the chinking. And this house has seen so many iterations. Full kitchen, reno, changed the floor plan, did huge reno on the inside. What I might do is post I think there's a video on our feed. I'll try and link it to this one that shows the before and afters. It's quite amazing. And it's been my art piece, as you can see by the awning behind me, which is shaped like the wing of a bird. Everything I've done on this house has, it's been a very tough house to renovate because you can't change the logs and the house is what it is. I'll show you one challenge I had. You might look at this window and think, what's the big deal? Well, this window used to bunch right up against here, right tight against the wall. It drove me crazy. I would sit in the hot tub, I would look at this and go, what am I gonna do? So I had to cut the logs back here. I had to build this kind of fake, because I didn't have any more of these logs that match. So I had to build this kind of fake fir build out and put this piece of washed up cedar as the mantle, and you know, it's been a huge labor of love, but we are moving. We are moving to Courtney, British Columbia. We bought a 5-acre farm. It's a huge step for our family. It's been extremely emotional for my wife. I've just been going gangbuster trying to pack, and we are just looking to simplify, bring the cost of living way down for us by kind of living within our means a little more. Having 5 acres and a working kitchen garden and a 2,000 square foot greenhouse that's already there is going to allow us to grow our own produce and have more animals. It's a very modest house compared to this one, so there will be reno plans that will be happening. It's just a big step because we've planted some deep roots here and we've had some beautiful times in this home, and my youngest son was born in this home.
It's a boy!
That's our story, and it's kind of a new chapter for us. The last 2 years, I've been, as well as doing everything else that goes on in my life, running a business, being a dad, all those things, we bought an off-grid piece of property 2 years ago, maybe longer. And you'll see in the previous videos, we cleared the land, dug a well. Restored a trailer in my front yard, and now I'm doing trailer part 2, a second one. I can't believe I did that right when we're trying to get out of this home. I'm restoring a trailer. So that was the last 2 years, and that was a huge labor of love. And for me to be leaving, that was harder for me than leaving this home because I put so much of my heart and soul into that place, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, like a lot of sweat and hard labor. You know, life is interesting, right? Like, people are forced into change all the time, whether you're in a war-torn country and you have to be a refugee, you're forced to change. We're lucky enough that we are not forced into this corner, but I do feel strongly that the way the economy is going, I wanted to hedge my bets a little better, and so to lower the cost of living dramatically. We have a big mortgage on this house. It was a huge driver in us moving. So yeah, leaving Gambia was a 2-year project, and we're moving further away from that geographical place, and so to get there is a lot more difficult. It's boat access now. Well, it's going to be even harder to get there. So that was tough, but I've kind of come to terms with it. I'm sure we will go there again, and maybe we'll end up selling it. I don't know. What I think's funny is that I was in Hawaii, dear friends of ours that we made there, and he was a carpenter, retired carpenter, lots of aches and pains. You know, he said to me one day, leaning on his deck chair, he said, "Joby, isn't it amazing that we get to build beautiful things for a living and leave it for long after that we've gone?" I think sometimes I look at the hard work I've done in life through carpentry and just hard labor, and you resent it. Oh man, all this hard work for what? But it is like a piece, it's like a legacy that you leave behind, kind of like writing a song. That song is there forever, years and years, and I'll be dead and gone, and people could still, if they wanted to, listen to the music that I've written. And the same thing goes for construction. Like, I took that piece of forest, me and my family, we took that piece of raw forest and we molded it and landscaped it and made it into a really beautiful piece of land. And someone else might get to enjoy that, and I shouldn't be bummed about that. So yeah, we got 12 days. The clock is ticking. We have been packing and packing and packing, and it's been a chore, a massive chore. We broke on the back of it now, and we've got 12 more days. And honestly, I'll be glad when we're on the road. But it is going to be a pretty stressful move because we have to catch a ferry, and we have a deadline to meet. So just wanted to update you, and it's a new chapter, and there will be a lot more content coming from our new adventures over there, all the ups and downs, projects, animals, and you name it. So stick with us. Please hit the subscribe button. I am trying to build this channel stronger. I haven't made much of an effort in the past, but I do want to make a good go of it. So please, if you could, just hit the subscribe button and like the video, follow us, and be part of this journey with us.